Let me start with something uncomfortable. If I asked you right now, what is the universe made of, you'd probably answer without thinking. Matter, energy, space, time. Sounds reasonable, sounds obvious. But what if I told you that answer is wrong? Not a little wrong, deeply wrong. And if you follow the logic all the way down, it changes what you think the universe even is. Before we begin, quick thing. If questions like this make your brain itch in a good way, stick around. This channel takes its time. No rush, no noise, just ideas that sit with you. All right, now let's slow down. This question, what is the universe really, is not new. But it's the question that has quietly driven people like Leonard Susskind for decades. And the strange thing is, the longer physicists work on it, the less solid the universe becomes. When Susskind was young, growing up in the Bronx, before physics, before black holes, before any of this, the universe looked simple. It was stuff, real stuff, particles moving around inside space with time ticking in the background, like fish in a tank. Space was the tank. Matter was the fish. Time was the clock on the wall. That picture feels natural because it matches how we live. But physics doesn't care how things feel. Once you start taking quantum mechanics seriously, really seriously, that picture falls apart. Let's begin with the most basic idea. Matter. Look around you. Chair, phone, your hands. All matter, right? Except at the deepest level, matter isn't a thing. It's not little balls. It's not tiny grains. In quantum field theory, particles are just small disturbances in fields. An electron isn't an object sitting somewhere. It's a ripple in something abstract, a field that exists everywhere. And the field itself isn't physical in the usual sense either. It's a mathematical rule, a list of numbers attached to points we already assumed exist. So matter isn't fundamental. It's a description, a pattern. Okay, then maybe energy is the real stuff. Energy feels serious, conserved, powerful. It makes things happen. But energy is not a substance. It's a property. It's a number you calculate from a quantum state. Energy tells you something about the state. It's not what the state is made of. So not matter, not energy. What about space and time? This is where people usually draw the line. Space-time feels unavoidable. Einstein taught us it bends, stretches, curves. It feels real. But here's the problem. When you study black holes deeply enough, space and time stop behaving like foundations. They start behaving like consequences. Susskind spent years working on something called the holographic principle. And the idea is strange but simple. All the information inside a region of space can be described by what's happening on the boundary, not the volume, the surface. A black hole doesn't store information inside. It stores it on its edge. And even more disturbing, in certain theories we understand well, you can describe a universe with gravity using a theory that has no gravity and no space at all. Just quantum information living on a lower dimensional boundary. From that information, space appears, not the other way around. So space isn't fundamental either. Time doesn't survive either. At the deepest level, there may be no ticking clock, just relations between things. So now we've crossed off matter, energy, space, time. What's left? Here's Susskind's answer. The universe is a quantum state, not poetic, not metaphorical, literal. A quantum state is a mathematical object. It lives in something called Hilbert space. Don't panic about the name. Just think of it as a space of possibilities, a place where every possible configuration of reality is represented. The universe is one specific point in that space. That's it. Everything else, particles, forces, gravity, even space itself, emerges from how that state is organized. When you look at patterns inside the state, you see particles. When you look at correlations, you see space. When you track change, you call it time. But those are descriptions, not foundations. At the foundation, there is just information. Now that word gets abused, so let's be careful. In physics, information doesn't mean facts or files. It means answers to questions. Yes or no questions. How many bits do you need to fully specify the state? Black holes taught us something shocking about this. The amount of information in a region of space is not proportional to its volume. It scales with area. That's Bekenstein's insight, and it changed everything. If the universe has a horizon, and ours does, then the total amount of information in the observable universe is finite. Huge, but finite, which means the universe is a finite quantum system. That's wild. Now push this further. If all the information in the universe lives on a surface, then the three-dimensional world you experience is not fundamental. It's a projection, a kind of reconstruction. You are not living inside a volume of space. You are living in a description that emerges from information stored elsewhere. This isn't philosophy. In certain models, this is mathematically exact. And if that's true, then the universe is not made of things. It's made of relations, of entanglement, of structure. So where do you fit in? Observers often confuse people here. Does the universe need someone watching it? Probably not. At the fundamental level, the quantum state just evolves. Smoothly, no collapse, no drama. What we call collapse happens when you, a small part of the system, ignore most of the information and focus on a tiny slice. From your point of view, things snap into place. From the universe's point of view, nothing special happened. You are not outside the universe looking in. You are part of the quantum state, a pattern inside it that can store memories and ask questions. Now think about the Big Bang. If space and time are emergent, then the Big Bang is not the beginning of everything. It's the point where our description breaks, the place where space stops being a useful idea. The quantum state doesn't begin, it doesn't end, it just is. Time is something that appears when you organize information in a certain way. This removes a lot of old confusion. It explains why singularities are probably not real. Why, before the Big Bang, is the wrong question. Why the universe doesn't need a starting gun. So, what is the universe really? According to Susskind, it's not a place, it's not stuff, it's not even space and time, it's a quantum state, a finite amount of information, obeying simple rules. Everything you see is an interpretation of that information. That may sound cold, mathematical, distant, but I think it's the opposite. It means you are not a speck inside a giant machine. You are part of the fundamental thing. The universe isn't something you're inside of. You are something the universe is doing, and the more carefully we listen to the math, the clearer that becomes. That's what the universe is, really, and we're only just starting to understand it.